Hey guys, welcome back. I just realized that my audio has been cutting out for probably the past two episodes, and I'd like to apologize. Um, but you can probably hear me now. But yeah, welcome back to the hold on, I gotta put up the audio. Welcome back to the fourth episode of this series. Yeah, so far it's pretty fun, but just a little bummed out that I won't be able to have a lot of audio for the third episode. So yeah, let's get started. Margaret and Bemele turned to look at me in unison. Seems like it's my decision. Neither of them are wrong. As for me, my goal is to protect everyone. I can very well do that with Margaret falling behind us. But being stuck in the middle of the group could also be dangerous, depending on what circumstances we come across. Being pincered by the enemy would be an almost sure death, no matter how experienced Bemele and I are. Sorry, I just took a sip. I just don't know what to expect from this bridge, and that makes things so much more difficult.
So you're staying behind?
Seems like it.
Yes, I think we'll be good here. But really, thank you. That was a very kind
Wait a
offer.
minute, did I choose the wrong one? Shoot, wait, no. Shoot, okay.
Well, alright.
Margaret respects our decision and trots ahead a bit to catch up with the guide, who has paid no mind to the entire affair.
So, I don't want to sound like a child, but how much longer until we arrive at the halfway point?
Margaret chuckles, reflecting the amusement I don't want to vocalize.
We still have some ways to go.
Damn.
I suppressed my laughter yet again at his pouting response. The gloom we've been under dissipates slightly, like light flickering across through the fog. My bad.
The first trial tends to be the most difficult. I believe we will only react better from this point on.
I like the way you think.
Yeah. Then a gleam enters Bemele's eyes, and he grins.
I think Kika deserves a round of applause. Her quick reflexes are owed the utmost appreciation.
Yeah, give me a round of applause. He leans softly into my shoulder, trying to get me to... What?
It was indeed a sight. You're quite capable. Bemele was also a sight, but for very different reasons. The way he froze with his mouth all agape was a laugh in itself.
Wow. Bemele shakes a fist at Margaret in mock anger, then shoots me an affectionate look.
You should know, she and I are usually on equal footing.
The only reason you had footing at all is because she pulled you back.
Bemele laughs self-consciously, scratching his head.
That's very true. You can always count on Kika.
I keep my eyes steadily ahead, unsure how I should respond. I'm pleased, almost grateful to hear what they think of me. But I don't know what I could say that wouldn't seem pathetic. Instead, I contribute the best way I can. I keep my focus on the path up ahead us. Without a response from me, the conversation quickly dies out. Still, it eases my heart to be on such friendly terms with my companions. Sorry if I'm making not as much jokes. I'm kind of focused in the story. After some time, I notice Margaret isn't keeping up with the guide as much as she was before. I realize it's because the guide has increased his pace. Take a big sip. Margaret begins to jog in an effort to keep up with him, and Bemele and I do the same. Despite this, the guide keeps getting further away. We go faster and faster until suddenly we're full on sprinting across the slick wooden boards. Figures in the dark fog fly past us at a blur, and it occurs to me that the branching paths in the bridge appear to be sinking. Uh-oh. I try hard to swallow my rising panic. That's no good. The guide shouts something, but it's drowned by the frantic pounding of our footsteps. I'm trying to piece together what he said. Don't stop, turn. Don't stop, turn. Well, that's not very helpful. When he takes a masterfully sharp right down a different path using his own momentum, and the sleek wood to slide into the new direction with no loss of speed, like Sonic the Hedgehog. Margaret must not have worked out the warning either, as she is completely caught off guard by the guide's change in course. She runs straight ahead, past the turn, and continues down the path we've been following up until now. She clumsily began to halt her momentum down the wrong bridge. Then I come upon the fork. Let's turn. I make a hard turn, following the guide and leaving Margaret at the rear. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. But Mal's footsteps stay as loud as they were before. He's made the turn, as close behind me as ever. Turn to take a sip. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Margaret turn around to try to come back to us, only to have the bridge in front of her fall away. I slow down for a breath, feeling the impulse to turn back, but ignore it. There's no time. Margaret can make the jump, and then she'll rejoin us. I'll keep my eyes glued to the guide's back, ears perked for Margaret's footsteps approaching behind us. Then I hear it. A scream. Ree! I whip around, sliding to a stop. Margaret is sinking. The bridge she's on is sinking into the water. She's disappearing. She didn't jump.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Margaret's head shoots up, her face drained of all color. Jump! She stumbles near the edge of the bridge, staring at the placid water of the lake. Even from a distance I can see her shaking. I can't say if it is a form from the bridge descent of her own fear. She barely seems to remain she barely seems to remain standing. I swallow painfully. Margaret bends and tries to jump. She curves in a small arc, achieving more height than she could, then lands directly in the lake with a muted splash. Melee starts beside me, but I grab his hand and pull. We start running again, leaving Margaret flaying in the water behind us. We don't need to watch this. We both know exactly what will happen to her now. Is she dead? Did she just die? What the heck? Can't do that. I'm so angry I just took a sip of my coffee. Sorry, just taking my food. Yeah, we're good. We don't need to watch it. Okay. Margaret's anguish cries pierce the night. Then the screaming stops. My legs grow weak. It isn't right, but I push myself to keep going. The melee curses between heavy breaths, calling those things every foul name in this large book. Large book of curse words, am I right? Okay, try to focus on the pounding of my feet, but my brain won't cooperate. Cooperate, sorry. Instead, I imagine Margaret's terror as she's clawed to pieces by the Nixie. After everything, I didn't help her. We left her in the dark. As the night wears on, her strength rapidly fades. Well, that's no good. How much longer will this last? People have to rest sometime. Almost as if in response to my thought, the guide abruptly halts, a skid to a stop as well, sliding on the surface of the wood.
Why did we stop?
I don't know. Bemile's voice is tired, but his guard is up. The guide doesn't answer, just stares at something slightly out of view. I step up to join him, following his gaze further down the path. Oh my gosh, is that Hinata from Haikyuu? There, curled in a little ball, illuminated by the lantern's light, cowers a person. His hand grips his head, and he rocks from side to side, mumbling incoherently.
It's a man.
It's a boy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's fine. What did you do, my guy?
I just couldn't. Please. I'm sorry.
Stop apologizing. I'm struck with an array of questions. What is going on? Why would he wander out onto this bridge on his own? Did he make it this far by himself, or are there others with him? If that's somehow the case, I can't blame him for the state of shock he's in. The man stops mumbling, glances above him, seemingly only just now having the strength to lift his head. His expression, the deepest sadness, along with the clear markings of terror, are scrawled against his face. He lost the volleyball game. I stare at him in shock, not sure what to do.
Leave him.
I snap my eyes away from the man, the boy, and instead to the guide's cold, implacable face. I say, man,
No!
are you handsome.
We can't just leave him here. Without light, it's certain he'll die.
He won't make it regardless.
He is the beam to my heart. The guy turns to look at us, his eyes seeming to glow from the closeness of his lantern. For the first time, I feel uncomfortable around his presence.
Whoever shelters him will only risk dragging themselves down with him. Leave him.
Okay, eyebrow guy. I glance at my partner. Bemele is outraged. I'm trying to think of some kind of compromise when the guide speaks again, his voice cutting.
If the man comes, then whoever is shielding him will have to remain at a distance from the rest of the group. Far enough that you can't see me, just my light. That is how you will travel across the bridges.
Okay.
I didn't agree to lead this man, and I won't. If you ask me to, I will leave you all behind.
Okay. Adrenaline surges through my veins, and I tense up. It's a painful reminder that the guide isn't here to save our lives, but merely to show us the way. We are on our own. Bemele and I frantically share more looks between each other, trying to communicate without words. None of us have a desire to speak and be the first to make a choice. Oh, he's coming back. Oh, yeah, that is a man. That's nowhere close to Hinata. Hinata is cuter. And he's not as toned, honestly. He looks like Tube. The man is standing now, though still hunched with his arms wrapped around himself, as if expecting a blow. He stares at the ground rather than at us. Because of this, I'm having trouble reading his face. What exactly happened to him?
Are you well, stranger? Do you know where you are and why you're here?
He glances up, not at me, but toward me, his eyes resting somewhere near my collarbone.
I'm fine. You all can go on your way. Forget you
Is he
even
looking
saw
at my
me here.
boobs? Stop looking at my boobs.
That's absurd. You have no way to defend
That's
yourself.
absurd.
We can't leave you.
Yes, I'm sure in your eyes I might not seem like much, but that's not exactly a fair shake. Maybe in a perfect world, every man would be as large as you. But that's not how things always go. It doesn't mean I'm defenseless.
It definitely means that. The man's response is meandering. The words themselves seem to be in good jest, but he's still barely looking at us, fidgeting with his hands. Bemele frowns, unimpressed.
It was a joke.
Bemele, sorry. He smiles hesitantly, making eye contact with each of us for the first time.
What part of it was supposed to be the joke? Do you even realize what is happening in this moment?
It's a different type of humor, my guy.
Never mind. Forget that too. Point is, I'm alright.
You have found yourself out alone and unlit on Sinlos.
Sinlos. Emphasis on sin.
Exactly. Something must be wrong with you.
Oh no, sounds like you've been talking with my father.
Oh, my bad, I was supposed to read that. The man gives a small wave and begins down the path we came. That's cool. Bemele huffs, tossing his hands into the air.
That's not even the right way.
It is for me.
Oh? You must have come quite a ways if it was the other shore you started on.
The man's smile grows.
Good. That's not so bad.
There's no response to this remark, unsure of what could be said.
I still think he should come with us. A person needs a light, and the guide himself said he won't be able to manage on his own. Sticking with us is his best option.
I look over to the man's body, noting the scrawniness of his limbs, scrawny but not necessarily lacking in muscle. The bravado he was showing as he tried to leave us has faded yet again. And now he's standing quietly, looking at us as if he were watching a play. Interest, but no true connection to the events.
It's easy for you to say such things, but whose light are you offering? It's not mine, and you are putting her in even more danger with your own presence already.
Yeah. Emily's hands turn into fists. How did you do that? He looks away, but he doesn't do anything. For a moment, no one does. I feel a cold sweat on my brow as what I feared comes to pass. He's stopping us from protecting another. Why must he get involved now? Why can't he not leave us to make our own decisions? And I think that's it for today. Or yeah, I guess. Check out my Twitter, my Snapchat. If you like this kind of stuff, subscribe. And then if you like this video, make sure to leave a like if you feel like it. And you can go into the comments and like say how bad I am at this game or whatever. I don't think I'm bad. I haven't done anything bad yet, but whatever her name died. I can't think of her name, Margaret. Yeah, I'm bad at recording. That's about it. Goodbye.